So today I'll be showing you how to make this Esky or Grime lead sound. So this kind of sound was initially popularized primarily by Wiley, and it's essentially a very common sound within Grime. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the MIDI over to an empty channel, and I'm going to bring Serum in. Again, with this sounds, we're using square waves, and also make sure you gain stage and you turn it down because you want to avoid clipping. We'll use the unison to create a chorusing effect with lots of different voices. We'll make sure the lead is monophonic because we don't want notes overlapping. It might work in this context, it doesn't. So that's why we have it in mono, and you want to add a bit of glide. So the amount of glide I use is proportional to how staccato or legato the notes are. What that essentially means is that if I've got something like this with lots of notes and they're close together, I won't use much glide. But if the notes are further apart and they're longer, then I might use a bit more glide. For the envelope, you just want to take the attack up. Usually for the lead sounds, I take the sustain all the way down and I push the decay out. So this is your basic sound. I usually add a little bit of noise as well, the bright white. Bring it down a bit. And yeah, now we can start to process the sound. So we'll just call it Esky lead. With a lot of the lead sounds that I use, I prefer to saturate very aggressively and then essentially have the clean and the saturated signals being processed together. So this is what I'm doing here. So this is parallel processing. This is the clean, and this is the saturated. I'm going to also add a utility, and I'm going to group these. And this just gives me the ability to level match the processed signal to the unprocessed signal, which I'll show you in a sec. So turn this all the way down. So the advantage with this is that I can EQ out all the horrible, annoying, high-end saturated frequencies. So now I can turn this off. Going to compare them, you can hear that the processed version just has a bit more kind of bit more character to it because of the use of parallel distortion. Now I'm going to add a bit of EQ afterwards, and I'm going to EQ out below the lowest fundamental. And I'm also going to EQ out about, well, some resonances. What I'm also going to do now is I'm going to mono below 2K. What this is essentially going to mean is that the stereo version of the track and the mono version of the track will sound a bit more similar. So this is a mono utility that I've got on the master, and this is without monoing the lead sound below 2K. You know, there's quite a big difference, whereas when I mono below 2K, you know, there's less of a change, and that's essentially why I do that. Got a couple of sends set up here. So one for reverb and another one for a delay. So I'm just basically going to mix these in. Usually it's better to do this in context The advantage with the sends is that you can send lots of things to them, so it saves on processing. And also, a bit like when I was using the parallel rack here, you can process them individually. For example, I've monoed below 2K on the ping pong delay as well, to solve similar issues to with anything being too wide. And yeah, so that's it. As usual, the preset for this sound will be available in the description below, alongside my preset pack. And yeah, please subscribe for similar videos, and drop me a comment if you'd like me to cover a specific area. Thanks for watching.